Hey everyone! Today on the plastic canvas we're painting a Hunting Deep one from the Horrific Journeys expansion for Mansions of Madness by Fantasy Flight Games. Hey everyone, Matt here from the Plastic Canvas and welcome to episode 19 of this Mansions of Madness miniature painting series. And today we're painting the Hunting Deep one of the baddies that you'll go up against in the Horrific Journeys expansion. Now when I opened the box and saw this guy, I was looking forward to painting him because like I said in the Silas video, which is the previous one in this series, the miniatures in the Horrific Journeys expansion are pretty noticeably better than what came in the vanilla game. The ones in just the original box were fine, they did the job, but just the detail and the definition just wasn't quite there. But this guy is similar both in the sculpt and in the name to the Deep one from the base game. And so, yeah, because there was that similarity, but because the miniature is quite a bit better in terms of quality, I was looking forward to painting this guy because, yeah, sort of similar kind of look about it, but just a better miniature to paint. Now when I painted the Deep one, and there is a video for that earlier in this series, I deviated a bit from the artwork in the game because I wanted to do something a little bit more Alright, so here I'm starting the highlighting on the main part of the body, and like I said earlier, this is just very minimal so that it doesn't take anything away from that shell thing on his head. So the way I'm doing this is just my standard way of highlighting when I use a wash. So I did the base coat in Brilliant Green and then used a green wash over the top, Biltan Green, and then my first stage of highlighting is just back to the base coat, so using that Brilliant Green again, and this goes to quite a lot of the surfaces because, you know, quite a lot of them will actually get some level of light, and then for the next layer of highlighting, as it starts to lighten off a bit, I then bring in Viper Green, which is a slightly brighter green, and then just gradually mix more and more and more of that in as I get closer and closer and closer to just highlighting the spots where that highest level of light concentration will be. Now, from what I've seen, this is a very, very common process to go through to do highlighting. So base coat, wash, and then first stage of highlighting is just that base coat again. So back when I first started painting, one of the things that I was noticing with mini after mini after mini as I started was that they were just looking a bit flat and a bit plain and just like something was missing. And what one of the big things was that I worked out was that I wasn't taking the chance to pick out all those little spots that allow you to break up the bigger colours within a mini. So you can see here that I'm painting the webbing in between the fingers there on this guy, and like it's very, very simple, but what it's doing is just adding an extra colouring that breaks up just all that green of the body. And then after this, there's like these kind of warty sort of things on his leg, so I just start doing it here. So on his legs and shoulder and that, I paint these purple to match the colour of that shell thing on his head. Now these are very small details, very, very quick to do, but they just help to break up all that green. And even though, yes, that's his body colour, if I didn't paint these in, it really just, it looks a lot more flat and plain, but by breaking the colour up, it just adds an extra bit of interest, extra bit of detail, and yeah, just brings it to life a little bit more. So yeah, that's a thing that I'm always looking for now as I'm painting is, I mean, some things are really, really obvious, right? So belts and buckles and jewellery and all those sorts of things, but if I've got anywhere where there is a big slab of colour not really being broken up by anything, I try and find somewhere in there where I can just bust it up a little bit so that, yeah, it's just not just one massive colour, because it does leave it just looking plain. Alright, so here I'm starting to get into the base for this guy, and in all of the minis from the base game of Mansions, all of So with the basing coming to an end there, our Hunting Deep one is finished. So thank you very, very much for spending some time watching me paint another mini. As I always say, I hope there's something that you can take away from this to use in your own painting, or you've just simply enjoyed watching me paint. Please do leave a comment down below, something that you liked about the video and something that you think can be improved so I can keep making these videos as good as possible. And please do like and subscribe to stay up to date with these videos as they keep coming out. And also please do drop by the Facebook, Twitter and Instagram accounts that I've set up for this channel so that you can see what I'm painting at the time and you know what's going to be coming out in the near future. So with all that being said, this is Matt from the Plastic Canvas signing out. Happy painting everyone. Cheers.